Hey guys, this is Sharon, your English language tutor from IELTS School. In one of my previous videos, I had talked about negatives. And then when I went back to home and took a look at my text, I saw that there were a few portions that was missing. So I decided to make a second part for the videos related to negatives. So this is actually the second part of the videos, negatives. Okay, second part of negatives. So if you guys have watched my previous video, but if you haven't watched it, just let's recap. What are negatives? Negatives are those words or phrases that are used in speaking or writing to negate something. So negate means deny or reject something. Okay? So and in my previous videos I had given a common idea and a general idea for basic negatives words and how you can use them in different sentences, whether you can use them for writing and can you use it for speaking, etc. So in this, we'll be taking a look at the different types of negatives. So the first one is negative prefixes. Okay, negative prefixes. So prefixes are letters of common uses like this: a, this, ill, im, in, ir, non, and un. Okay, not and. Alright, the rest are prefixes, and it doesn't necessarily have to. The word doesn't necessarily have to contain a no or not in them, so that it becomes a negative, right? So this is another case where if there are in words, if these are in front, then also the word becomes a negative. Okay, so I've given a few examples. As you can see, unhappy, for a, asymmetrical, for nonsense, and dislike. But then in this example, you can see how we use ill, the prefix, as a negative. So I'm pretty sure this is illegal. So as you know, legal is a word, and if you use the prefix ill in front of legal, then it becomes a negative prefix. Okay, so illegal. Then irreplaceable, etc. So those are a few examples of negative prefix. Then what's the second case? The second case is neither or nor. Using those words are also negatives. So like I have said, a word does not need to contain, or a sentence does not need to contain a not or a no in it, so as to make it a negative. So as you can see, neither or nor is also a form of a negative, and it is the opposite of either or. And neither or nor are generally used together in a sentence to negate two things. Okay, not one, to negate two things. As you can see from this example, I am neither happy nor sad. So we are using two negatives in this sentence to negate two things, happy or sad. To negate happy and sad, we use I am neither happy nor sad. But then again, you can ask a question: can we use or instead of not, or can we use either instead of neither? Let's try framing it. I am neither happy or sad. That sounds correct to you, doesn't it? That sounds correct. I am neither happy or sad. But then that is not the right way. That's not the right way to say it or write it. The right way to use it is I am neither happy nor sad. You cannot mix and match these two. So you can't write I am either happy nor sad, or you can't write I am neither happy or sad. So you can't mix and match both of these words. Okay? So these are used together and these are used together. And since you're talking about negatives, I have given an example of neither and nor. Now what's the third case? The third case is negative adverbs. So like I have mentioned, a word does not need to have a no or a not in it so that it becomes a negative. So this is the next case, negative adverbs. So what are the adverbs? Hardly, seldom, rarely, and never. So as you can see, these words and I have given an example, I will give you an explanation regarding it. These words can be used instead of negatives, and it is used to negate something to a certain degree. Let's take a look at this example. I don't dance. I don't dance. It means that he doesn't dance, right? So if we use I never dance, means that it could also mean that he used to dance, but he doesn't dance anymore. I never dance anymore. So yeah, so that's how you can use it. So these words are used to negate something to a certain degree. Let's take a look at the last example. I rarely dance. Rarely. Rarely means not never. Okay. So rarely means he might have occasionally danced, or he might have danced when he was a kid or something like that. So I rarely dance. I rarely dance. Sometimes or occasionally I dance. That's what this sentence means. So it is a negative, but to a certain degree. Now for the last type, double negatives. So double negatives are a complicated usage in a sentence. It is quite difficult to understand for certain people, and most of the time people only use this while writing a fictional story or novels. Okay, and many people do not use it in a normal speaking way. I can not look at it. Okay, I can't not look at it. So imagine this: I have a scar, and one of my friend is keeping on staring at my scar, and I'm going to ask him, "What are you looking at?" So why are you looking at my scar? So he can say, "I can't not look at it." So that means he is using double negative in a sentence, similar to this, but it is difficult to understand. This is complicated. So you can just say, "I cannot stop looking at it." So you can just use one negative, right? Instead of that, he is using two to stress how difficult it is to stop looking at it. So I can't not look at it, right? But instead of that, he can also use I can't stop looking at it. So that's the complication of double negatives. And this is the next example. I can't hardly wait for Melissa's party. You can just say I can hardly wait for Melissa's party, right? But then this is also a usage, and it is a complicated usage, so many people do not use it, and it's up to you to if you want to use it. But the thing is, the person need to understand what you are implying. Alright guys, that's all for this video. If you have any doubts, do not forget to leave a comment on the video, on the link down below, and do not forget to like and subscribe our channel. Thank you guys.